EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where the keeper of the light sounds the foghorn to signal it's time for football. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Los Angeles Chargers and the New England Patriots.
Please welcome your 2026 New England Patriots.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olson on hand as Cameron Dicker is set to kick things off. And off we go from Foxborough. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here come the Patriots, and Greg, they are led by their second-year quarterback, the number 3 overall pick in 2024 out of North Carolina. It's Drake May.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On first down, they go back to Henderson. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 7. Out of the gun, here's May. That'll be caught. It's Travion Henderson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
They'll run the sneak, trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
They'll run for it. It's Stevenson. Yeah. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. They convert with a gain of 15.
That's good for a Patriots.
This play should always end up converting a fourth down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
They quickly out to Diggs. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
May to throw on second down. Open man, that's the tight end, Hunter Henry. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They'll run with Henderson. What a move! He's in! Travion Henderson. Touchdown, New England. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. He's got it. And the Patriots will take a 7-0 lead.
Patriots 7, Chargers nothing.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh! He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here come the Chargers, and it's year 6 and year 2 for Justin Herbert, Greg. It's year 2 with Jim Harbaugh, but the 6th season for the 6th overall pick in the 2020 draft.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as a result of him being your quarterback.
Christian Gonzalez, first rounder out of Oregon. Tight coverage there.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
Now Herbert on the bootleg. He's got his tight end, Orlando Gadsden II. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards.
12 yards on that hookup. First down, L.A.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Chargers.
So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. The Patriots out on top. And we're back to Foxborough in a moment. It's the Chargers with the football to begin this second quarter. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
And you can see really why this offense has leaned on the ground game. I mean, can't you, Mike? I mean, the passing attack really needs somebody to provide a spark because they have not been able to get anything going here before the half.
Herbert to throw on second down. To the left side, catch made by McConkey.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
This is 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. A gain of 16 on that pass play. It's good for a Charger first down.
Chargers first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Hampton trying to work inside. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line. It picks up 25 yards and gives them a golden opportunity. It's first and goal.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space, and man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up first and goal.
They'll set up the screen to Hampton. And that one's just too long to get going. They'll come up, stop him before the lineman could get out to lead the way.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive lineman to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all three levels played disciplined, good football with good vision.
Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line. The veteran, Jelani Tavai, getting in for the sack, and that's going to make it third and goal.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that second down sack brings up third and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
Two minutes remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. We're back to Foxborough after this. A nice drive. This is the 9th play coming up, and they cash it in on third and goal. Motion man is Johnston. Herbert now on third and goal. It is brought in the end zone. Pat McConkey. Touchdown Chargers.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chargers come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, Travion Henderson. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Patriots offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And we try to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tarheeb Snell. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown.
That's about as bad as it can possibly get, Mike. You're only one play into the drive. You're trying to establish a little early rhythm, get something going, and now you're jogging off the field watching your opponent celebrate in the end zone. So they're going to have to come back out here on offense pretty quickly, regroup, take a deep breath, and try to bounce back.
Dicker now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chargers will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Patriots 7.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's May. That's into the hands of Diggs. And he'll mark him down just shy of the 40. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Here's May. Short pass caught by Henry, the tight end. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Pass to the outside. He's got Diggs. New England going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
May to the air once more. Open man, Demario Douglas. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
The Pats going to stop it here. They'll use their 3rd and final timeout, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Man in motion, it's Diggs. Here's May again. That'll be taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. That is incomplete. Throw took him out of bounds, and it will be 3rd down.
Timing and anticipation, those are the critical elements anytime you're throwing a ball outside of the numbers. If the quarterback waits too long, Mike, that receiver just gets closer and closer to the sideline and just makes what should have been a much easier throw and catch an incomplete pass.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And I think this is just a really good quarterback play. You understand you got 3 points in your pocket. Don't try to be a hero on 3rd down and make the perfect pass. Throw it away, and at the end, just come away with points on this drive.
A 34-yard attempt.
His kick is good. And the Pats are back within 4 at 14-10.
Outside of coming away with a touchdown, I'm not sure they could have done any better to close out that half. I mean, they burned all the clock. They don't let the opponent possess the ball, and they come away with points.
The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. And he will sit on it here in the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Herbert. Now a ball thrown deep for Johnston. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustments will pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense and Omarion Hampton getting set for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hampton. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Shotgun now for Herbert. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. 3rd down coming up.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete. The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Patriots offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
He's found his receiver, Butte. And get about 6 before he's taken down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely, and results in a completion.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now, May. He's got his man. It's Diggs. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
The Patriots, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a 3rd down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on 3rd down? 3rd downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays,
It's
the
a
better.
gain of 14
That's a pair of
yards.
hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the
Anytime you're
30-yard
facing
line.
a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Once more, it's Anderson. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. A gain there of 16 yards.
It's a gain
Good
of
for a
16
Patriots
yards.
1st down.
That's another Patriots.
The best
first down.
offensive play callers in the
First and 10
NFL,
at the
Mike, do a
12-yard
great job
line.
tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
And he will score! Touchdown, Patriots.
Mike Wiestat was saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Borregales now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Pats move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14.
Chargers 14.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run with Hampton. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a 1st down.
1st down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. from the 39. Here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Herbert. Now the ball thrown deep for Johnston. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. That is brought in. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. A big one here in the 4th quarter. 38 yards. What a moment in this game. A touchdown would give them the late lead. It is 1st down and goal. Hampton is into the end zone. Touchdown, LA. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Point after now from Dicker. The kick is good. And the Chargers move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up a 1st down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring them down for a big loss.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
Throwing on 2nd down. May. That complete to Henderson. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
It'll be interesting to see how they handle this situation. Do they try to slow play this and try to score without giving the ball back, or do they try to strike as quickly as possible? So first things first, they got to convert this 3rd down.
Douglas in motion. On 3rd and long, here's May. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. On the give, here's Hampton. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 16
Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
At the 18-yard line.
They'll go again with Hampton, and he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. New England going to take their 2nd timeout, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Now a give, but here comes the reverse. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal. He's inside the 10. Mark him at the 7. They'll run with Hampton. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
At the Patriots' 10-yard line.
From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
3rd and goal.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough. But you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive and some points. This is one of those cases where the offense is counting on the defensive line being over-aggressive in their pass rush, thinking that they can get the ball out of the quarterback's hand and into the back and pick up the 1st down on the yards after the catch. But the defense was obviously ready for it. A lot of guys running to the ball and just nowhere to go.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
So Dicker back out after the field goal. He'll send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So now Drake May and the Patriots down 24-17. a little over a minute to go. They need a touchdown and an extra point to tie it as they come up with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's May. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
It is 2nd down and 5. We'll go play action with May. To the right side here, pass is caught, and they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
12 yards.
A pickup of 12 yards. 1st down, New England.
1st and 10.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield. And you think back earlier, remember, Mike, he threw that pick 6 in a very similar situation. So this time around, much better decision, doesn't take any chances. Smart move to just throw that one away.
Here's a big one. This 3rd down. Throw again is May. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. They took the end zone shot on the final play. It's a heartbreaking finish, as this one will come to an end. So it's a win for the visiting Chargers. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night from Foxborough.